Hello everyone, welcome to Coasters and Places. Welcome back if you've been here before. And if you haven't been here before, go ahead, take a moment to subscribe to my channel for more great roller coaster and travel content. I try to put out videos on a regular basis, and your support helps my channel grow, helps people see my videos. Also, like this video if you do like it, which I hope you do. But today's video, I want to talk about Diamondback at Kings Island. So, I want to go in depth, just talking about the layout, my personal opinions of Diamondback, and answering the question, is it my best B&M Hyper? Like, my personal favorite B&M Hyper is what I think it's the best one. So, let's get started with that. So, a little background on Diamondback. Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. It was opened in 2009. It was the first hyper coaster to feature the splashdown effect, which it does at the end, just before the final breaks. And it was the first B&M coaster ever at Kings Island. So they didn't get their first until 2009. And it was the biggest investment in Kings Island history at the very time, but then it was later surpassed by Banshee and Orion. So, the construction and teasing actually started 2007 to 2008, but it wasn't announced until August 6th of 2008. And this thing, I mean, it's a massive coaster when you look at it, but now you have Orion, and it's like, Orion doesn't really look that much bigger, in my opinion, compared to Diamondback, but they're both massive coasters. So, the track layout is an out and back, with a height of 230 feet, a drop of 215 feet, a length of 5,282, so mile, speed of 80 miles per hour at the top, a 3-minute duration, about. It does pull a G-force of 4.2, and it has 3 different trains, and it has like the staggered seating that is only on a few B&Ms with the clamshell restraints, so it'll be 2 across and 2 rows for a total ride of 32 per train, and these are pretty long trains to get all those people on there with that staggered seating. It's unique. But maybe not necessarily my favorite, the seating, how it is set up, but it is definitely unique. I do give it that. So, the ride experience. Let's talk about just that. After the train leaves the station, it's going to go up that 230-foot tall chain lift hill. It does take a little bit to get up that lift hill, but once you're at the top, you get some great views of the park, and then you get to go down the 215 tall lift hill. It goes over Rivertown, and that's when it reaches its speed of 80 miles an hour. This first drop, you're really out of your seat, like the whole drop. And then it curves to the right, go up a 193-foot hill, then dives back down, curves to the left, and then goes up a 131-foot camelback hill, drops, goes left into the hammerhead turn. After dropping out of the hammerhead, then you go down a 129-foot hill. The hill does have a trim brake. However, I have not actually felt that trim brake. I actually did not know it had a trim brake until researching details for this video. So, just something to note there. But after the 4th hill, you'll go into a counterclockwise helix, which then you will go into the mid-course brake run. It's a short brake run, and it doesn't completely stop the train. Sometimes it doesn't really hit that hard. Even when it does, it seems like you gain back speed and momentum pretty quickly. Some mid-courses, like, they completely kill the ride. I'm lucky to say that with Diamondback, that is not the case. So, thank you, Diamondback, for not completely killing the ride. But then after that, you'll drop down into the ravine, raising into a pair of bunny hop hills, before you go into the final helix. And after that, you'll go over the Rivertown Midway again and then drop into your splashdown finale, which does help slow the train down before you go up another hill and hit your final brake run and go back to the station to a splashdown. That splashdown effect to me is super neat, super cool. If you are actually towards the back of the train, you can sometimes get wet and fill the water. Also, if it's a little windy, you're more likely to fill it on other parts of the train. So, basically, also what is really unique, I think, about Diamondback, as I said, is the seat style, which they're not my favorites. Could be worse though. But I do know that Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland and Thunderstriker at Carowinds has them. And apparently Shambhala at PortAventura has them too. But I don't think that train style really ever took off. But, you know, it is what it is. They're going to keep it at that train style because it's way too expensive to replace trains unless needing to. So, just talking about why do some people think this is the best hyper? Is it the best hyper? Well, I'll start out by saying that this is my favorite coaster at Kings Island. This is not a controversial opinion. A lot of people have the same view as I do. If not, they may say Mystic. They may say Banshee. They may say the Beast. A few people may even say Orion. I'm not a huge fan of Orion, but I understand it. Diamondback is my favorite at Kings Island. Like, I love most of the coasters at Kings Island, but Diamondback definitely for me comes in at the top spot. So this coaster is now 17 years old. Wow, that's crazy to me. And ride experience, it rides smooth. Like, I don't notice a rattle, I don't notice any jarring, I notice nothing. No potholes, nothing. To me, this thing is glossy smooth after 17 years, whereas there's some newer coasters out there that are way rougher than Diamondback is. The airtime you get with the mini hills and the bunny hills, I feel like you're barely in your seat during the ride, and I feel like even on the helixes, you feel like you get some airtime too. I don't know how, but you do. This is just an airtime machine, and it's not just that, like, gentle, like, oh, barely there. No, it's like, it's floater, but it pulls you out of your seat, so it's like flowjector, so airtime. So it's a really good, hard-hitting floater airtime. Call it ejector in some points, depending on the person, but my butt is like barely in the seat, and I love it. The airtime combined with the smooth ride, the long ride, in my opinion, makes Diamondback the best hyper coaster that I have rode. I have rode all the hypers in the US and Canada, and I've rode many over in Europe. And I constantly come back saying Diamondback is the best one. The splashdown makes it unique, and how smooth it is, and just how much airtime you are getting. It's like constant. It does not stop. Even filling some airtime on a helix, to me, I'm like, what? And also the fact that it does not have a super hard-hitting mid-course brake run. So many coasters do. And it's like, well, I gotta take a couple points off for it having that. I barely feel it. And even if you do, it doesn't slow it down and ruin the ride that much. Plus, it is so close more to the end of the ride. But yeah, that is my thoughts on Diamondback. What are your thoughts on Diamondback? Let me know in the comments down below. Is it your favorite at Kings Island? Is it your favorite hyper? Do you agree with me on that? Or do you think it's a bottom tier hyper maybe? And why do you think that? I'd love to know your comments down below. Just please be respectful. And I'll definitely read all of them. I appreciate it. And again, like and subscribe if you haven't. And thanks so much for watching. Coasters and Places, see you in the next video.